Describe what Marcellus Wallace looks like. What? Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time.
Paul, you seen the new Iron Man trailer, right?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
No, it's gotta be fine. I mean, like man. I said years ago, when everybody else was like,
"Oh, I know,
Iron Man, and why is Robert Downey Jr. gonna do it?"
You should.
It's gotta be good.
You should hear us on Flip the Script talk about the Iron Man movie in 2006 when that shit wasn't out, and we didn't know who the lead was. It's fucking hilarious.
I've heard it.
That shit was a time fucking capsule. It's like I'm listening to it again. I was like, we didn't know shit.
That's why Flip the Script is so good, because it's like it pretty much is a time capsule. I've been listening. I went through the whole show again, and and of course I find it hilarious that Paul had to go fight Hurricane Charlie.
Oh yeah, that's right. What were you saying, Paul?
Back when they didn't really know that it's just somebody had the property, and wasn't it like between like Tom Cruise and Nick Cage? There was like a whole bunch of rumors about who was going to be Tony Stark, right? Because I think there was a rumor about Tom Cruise at one point, I believe.
We knew who the director was. That's pretty much all we knew. We knew who the director was, and we talked about it a little bit, but just our speculations was just wild. Some of the stuff we were spot on about, though. And it's amazing how much we were actually right about when you go back and listen to those episodes. Especially you. You actually called a few things. I'm trying to remember what they were that actually came to pass. And,
I'm also the only I'm one of the few people that sat there when Thor was announced, and everybody was going, "Oh, Thor's gonna suck!" Oh, and I'm like, be a very good
the sad part. The sad part is I'm not big on Marvel and Marvel comics, and I'm probably one of the few people that just said I'm going to go in just because I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
a lot of people see him and they're like, "Oh, he's a fucking Norse god with a hammer," and it's the comic book or the fucking kind of the wannabe comic book guys where it's like they didn't know shit, and then now every time that something comes out or said, they're like, "Oh, it's not like the book," or blah blah blah. There's bad.
I still don't know what goes on in the comic books, and I've tried to get into them.
Well, the thing is comic books.
Hey guys, how about that anti-Hulk?
Like I said,
to bring that up.
Really read Guardians of the Galaxy consistently, but whenever I have done it for like tie-ins and stuff like that, it's always been very interesting, and I think it could pretty much fucking work as a live-action film, man. Well, I really do.
Based on the equity that Marvel has built up, like when Iron Man and The Incredible Hulk came out back-to-back, and sitting down and watching both those movies, I had no doubt that Thor was going to turn out great at that point. I was like, that movie, any movie they put out here, they really are stepping up their efforts to
that, because there's still a final product, and just because you build up equity doesn't necessarily mean that the person that they bring in to do it's going to be.
That is true.
There
are a lot of variables when it comes to film.
Statement saying, "Oh well, Avengers was good, so fucking Avengers 2 is going to have to be good."
It could go down the shitter at that point in time, but
we don't know.
I give them the benefit of the doubt.
I think it will be, since Joss Whedon is doing it.
Yeah. I'm just using the example of just because one thing doesn't necessarily think that everything else is going to. Sometimes things...
I think it stands a chance to, given that he's in charge of all of these movies.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm in no. I think it's going to definitely be good, and I think it might be one of these situations where it could be he could surpass what he did in the first one. I think that's quite the case.
I think the key is to just have an open mind. That's really all it is. I just recently watched the Blu-ray. It looks amazing, and he did the commentary.
Open mind? How dare you?
Open mind? What are you talking about? It's all about snap judgments based on leaked spoilers and blurry magazine photos.
We all about that knee jerk.
Well, wow. I guess my whole policy of wait and see never works.
We all about that knee jerk,
wait
son.
And see. That's for chumps. Real fans make snap judgments based on absolutely no information, then stick to them even after it's revealed that they're wrong.
There you go.
Definitely.
Just so they can look like idiots.
They stick to their guns. And their guns are full of blanks.
Hey, Paul, did you get around to finally seeing that trailer for Iron Man?
Yeah,
I finally did see it.
Isn't it awesome?
It is going to be pretty fucking awesome. Well, I think this is what we wanted. I mean, we wanted Mandarin, and the way that they're doing it looks pretty cool, and it helps that you have like an Academy Award winning actor. That helps, and it definitely still seems like there's going to be a lot of Tony's personal life and shit in there too. So I mean, that's what makes Iron Man good. I mean, he's Marvel did rip off Batman, but fuck, I mean, it's
hey, I just want two things. I want Tony.
Plus, it's got the extremist. It's got the extremist thing where he levitates the glove and shoots the repulsor. So that's pretty fucking cool too. Because that was one of my favorite arcs. Was the extremist.
Is that his suit coming to life by itself?
Yeah, it's the AI.
It's the AI. Okay, that's what I was wondering. If that's what was going on.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Robot Tomes, man.
Yes.
What do you guys think about the news about Matthew Vaughn leaving the new X-Men movie, man? That kind of broke my heart.
Sad to hear it, but if it ends up being
the new X-Men movie coming out, the sequel to First Class, it's supposed to be Days of Future Past.
Yeah, but who's this guy?
Matthew Vaughn. He directed the first one. He also directed Kick-Ass and some other movies. The movie that I like from him a lot is the one that he did with Daniel Craig and
fucking Layer Cake.
Layer Cake. I own that movie. It's freaking awesome. Him and Colm Meaney. That movie's the shit. But he also did Kick-Ass, and he did a great job on X-Men First Class. And he was directed, and I think partly wrote the new one, the Days of Future Past movie, which has got a ton of cameos from other older X-Men actors, because I guess they go into the future and they run into Patrick Stewart and other people from the other X-Men
future
movies.
Past.
Yeah.
Might go in the future or the past?
No doubt. I'm assuming that Hugh Jackman might make a cameo as well.
Speculation.
The funny thing is, there's speculation that Bryan Singer might take over as director, which would be amusing because Matthew Vaughn took over X3 from Bryan Singer, but then left that movie.
And then Dumbass came in.
Dumbass came in. Then he came in and did First Class, and now he's leaving again and possibly be replaced by the guy that he replaced, and then was replaced by someone else.
I hope Singer doesn't leave the project, but I like Singer's first two X-Men movies. The thing I like about Singer is that he brought a kind of a level of legitimacy back to comic book movies with X-Men 1 and 2. But he also is not one who's an avid reader of comic books, and he doesn't live and breathe them like Matthew Vaughn does. And his tone's a bit more serious, and
it's not always a good thing, though.
Yeah,
I mean.
It depends what kind of story you tell.
Yeah, I don't.
Some movies can be a little bit too slavish to the comics, like say Watchmen.
Yeah, that's true.
I disagree with that, but that's just me.
Oh,
I still think that's one of the best comic book adaptations we've had.
Are you fucking? Well, it's fucking word by word, except for the shit at the end with no fucking alien at the end. But
personally, for me, I think that was for the better.
Yeah.
I noticed the audience is split on that too.
Such an awful movie. You just want to fucking shoot yourself watching that movie.
But I like the fact that when I watch it, it looked like a parody of the Schumacher movies.
Yeah, but I was never a big fan of that graphic novel. I know that will shock all the comic book people.
Oh man,
say that.
Yeah, that's okay. I still like it.
Next thing you know, you're gonna hate Killing Joke, man. What the fuck?
Looking forward to that adaptation, by the way.
Yeah, hopefully they get Mark Hamill back to do it.
You know what you need to listen to, Soul Bro, and you too as well, Paul.
Mm-hmm.
On Hollywood Babylon,
right.
Every year at Comic-Con, they started this tradition where they have Ralph Garman, the man of 100 voices, doing a live adaptation of the Kevin Smith series Cacophony.
Oh wow!
So it's basically Kevin Smith reads the narration. Ralph Garman does every single voice. He does Batman always as his exaggerated Adam West voice.
Nice.
There he starts talking like this. Joker.
Catwoman.
Yeah, he does Maxie Zeus as his exaggerated Al Pacino voice.
Nice. Great ass.
Yes. Athena has a great ass.
Where does he do? Where does he put in Charlton Heston? Because that's one of my favorite.
I'm sure it's in there. I'm sure it's in there somewhere.
As long as Harrison Ford's in the mix.
Yes, all of his character voices from HBO somehow fit into these adaptations. It is fucking hilarious, and they're actually doing
Even
now the third possibly. They're doing now the third issue of Cacophony. It's great. You need to listen to that, Soul Bro.
I got to check that out, man, because I've heard him make reference to it, but I have to hunt that down. Is it on I guess the Smodco website as well?
It's part of Hollywood Babylon, so you have to search through like the episodes to see like which one it is, because it's just regular parts of the show.
Right on. You know what I did listen to is the 2 times that Garmin was on Fat Man on Batman, and he wasn't a big fan of the third Batman movie.
Oh, I know. He got a lot of hate for that.
Oh, he didn't like it?
Oh yeah,
he didn't like it at all.
If you listen to Fat Man on Batman, the second episode that he appears in is called The Dis Night Returns, and he sits there and he talks about he likes some aspects of the movie, but overall he was disappointed with it, and he points out why, and eloquently so. But yeah, he wasn't.
People
he wasn't
could not handle that.
Yeah, some people just went off on him, and it's like, damn, y'all need to calm the fuck down.
You're such a
I'm just glad Nolan's done with Batman. So hopefully next time we can get a Silver Age Batman. Because as much as I like the Nolan realistic take, I'm kind of tired of it now.
What they're trying to do is they're trying to build it as part of the.
At all.
Yeah, they're trying to build the next Batman movies. At least that's the speculation is that when
I already know they're rebooting it.
Yeah, when they reboot it, they want to tie it into a eventual Justice League movie. That's what they want to do.
Oh god.
And I don't know.
They're gonna force that already.
Yeah, that's what they're trying.
DC is such a mess.
Yeah.
I've been predicting for a while they're gonna force that regardless, no matter what. So
they see what Marvel's got, and go ahead.
There's talk that they might skip the years of build-up and just go directly to a Justice League movie.
Yeah, and use that as a
because they want to compete. You know, they saw what Avengers and it's like, fuck, what are we doing? Because I mean, if you think about it, ever since X-Men came out and kind of set off the comic book boom that we've had now, DC has never had a successful movie that does not have Batman in it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because that Superman movie that Singer did was atrociously boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not looking forward
Green
to
Lantern.
I mean, I am, but I am. And I'm not. The new Superman movie looks kind of weird for me.
I'm not feeling that Man of Steel movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
which was directed by the same guy who did Watchmen, so I know.
Yeah.
He doesn't be right with that.
God damn. I don't know who wrote it, and I have to look.
Well, the problem with Superman, it really depends on who writes them.
The Nolans.
And it depends on how much kryptonite factors into the story. It's like.
Well, Soul Bro, this movie was written by David Goyer.
David Goyer? He's hit and miss, man. He's hitting fucking miss sometimes, dude.
Yeah, he's good when there's someone else writing with him, but he's the sole writer.
Oh, fuck.
Which he is in this movie is not a good sign.
No, it's not.
I mean, Christopher Nolan did come up with the story, but he doesn't have...
He's an executive producer. That's the thing.
That is what I got hope in, is that he's pretty good about managing his projects, and I guess it's the first time I've seen him as a producer and not a director on the same.
He's an executive producer. That's a little bit more hands off than even producer. Or is he actually credited as producer?
No, he's credited as producer and story, so that's pretty hands
on.
Okay,
well,
good shit.
Okay, so because from what up until now, I always thought he was executive producer.
No.
All right, so he is a little hands on. Well, we'll see where it goes with that one.
Damn! Good kick, Lee.
It was an accident.
That's okay. We'll just say you tried to catch a cab.